on Tuesday. So this is 3rd and 6. Mahomes throws the cross. Is intercepted off the deflection. Brian Branch, the rookie, ties the game with his first NFL touchdown.
Welcome in to the League Pod Week 2. Here we go. Let's go through last week. Let's see who did what, how we fared. Let's start with the ungame of the week. The ungame of the week. Studio City against Zaz. I predicted a Studio City victory, and despite their best efforts, they held up with a win. Higgins posting a goose egg. Jerry Jeudy not playing and being in the lineup. Not a great way to start week 1, but they did get the W. Diggs was huge in the Jets game, and still TBD on how many IDPs Studio City is going to hold on to. It's like Bryce Young and some IDPs on the bench. So we'll see when Dinsky decides to start developing his bench in the case of a tie. But for now, they came away with a win, and that's all you can ask for. On the other side of the ball, Richardson has kind of surprised some people with a nice week, 23 points on the bench. And Josh Allen with 9 in the starting lineup. That switch would have gotten them the W had they made that play, but no one could see Josh Allen shitting the bed as bad as he did, although the Jets defense does look really, really good. And Hyatt also, on the opposite end of that, goose egg, 1 target. So not a great start to the year for Studio City, but not one for Zaz either. One comes away a victor. Next game, another correct pick for me in overcoming Porter and Caleb. This one had me nervous. It had me actually really nervous. I didn't think I had a chance. Burrow absolutely shit the bed. The quarterbacks in this game combined for 8 points, which is insane. Burrow and Lamar, less than 8 points. It's hard to kind of imagine that being something you see every day. Drake London and Pittman were kind of the two polar opposites. Drake London not doing much and Pittman doing quite a bit to help keep Caleb in this game. Midway through, I thought I was toast. My team came back around, and I said that in the preview. I said I thought I would just come through, and really Tyreek Hill is the main reason, and the Jets defense. So we'll see how long the Walrus can ride that wave. But 2 correct picks to open up the year, so I'm happy with that. Pick number 3, Bay State against the Bags. Another correct pick for the commissioner. Jeff had a great week. Can't really be complaining about much there. Ayuk had a terrific week. I would definitely put his stock up. And tight end health, that's stock down for Bay State. Likely started with 1.4 points. And you've got Mark Andrews still and Mike Mayer all on the bench there. Mike Andrews is supposed to play this week, so we'll see where his quad is come tomorrow. Recording this Saturday afternoon in L.A. And then Geenan, Olave and Carr coming out the gate, looking like they've been playing together for a decade. I don't know how Geenan feels about this. Kadarius Toney, he started them against the Lions. He's a Lions fan, as am I. And Toney, in part, helped the Lions get a nice win on opening day. So, his stock, I would say, down. Olave's stock up. Overall, great game. 4-point difference here. Bay State comes away with the dub. This one I got wrong. Hart against Yim, against the Capybaras. Kraken Capybaras. I got this one wrong. I thought it would be close, and it ended up not being as close as I thought it would be. 130 to 112. The Kraken come away with the W. Stock up for Hart, running back room, looking really, really strong. Aaron Jones, questionable going into this week, but posted a really nice week one for Hart. And then just a lot of injuries here. Christian Watson, Travis Kelce, trying to figure out what he can do to get a healthy squad on the field. So stock down on the injuries front for Hart and the Kraken. For Yim, I would say stock up on CMC. He was everything as advertised, 25-point week 1. And stock down on Danny Dimes, who looked like fucking dog shit. 2.46 points against Dallas, 40-0. Historically bad loss for the Giants. Anyone carrying Giants assets has to be worried at this point. So I'm 3-1 so far here in predictions. Next game, Jabronis against the Dankies. Like I said in the week 1 preview, I'm not going to go against the champ. proving to be correct. This one was not particularly close either. It was 136-98. On Javi's side, a definite stock down for Dak Prescott, 6.3 points. On his bench, though, Mahomes, obviously the far and away starter, had a nice day, as did Herbert for the Yankees. Josh Jacobs up for Javi, looking really strong right out the gate, getting a ton of work. Not necessarily a ton of points, but a lot of work, and I'm sure the points will follow. Overall, I think Javi's still in a very good place. For Drew, the Dallas defense, 40 points. I would wager that's the best defensive performance of the week by far, maybe in the history of the league. I'm not sure. And obviously DeAndre Swift, tough week 1, but we saw what he did on Thursday, and that'll be in the week 2 preview. So overall, I think both teams are okay here. The champ starting off on the right foot, and I am now 4-1 in the games here. And finally, the game of the week from week 1. My 2 highest draft grades, Mr. I and Florida man Eric. Yeah, Miami to West Adams. I don't really know what to call these guys, but great week for both of these guys. Tough for anyone to take a loss in this. 150-144 was the final. Miami to West Adams moves on in this one with the W. Super balanced performance from Eric's squad. Got to be happy with that. T-Law, Ridley, both, I would say, stock up on this squad. Yeah. Looking really, really good. Rashad Penny, not so much. Dave, Mr. I, Tua, what a week. Massive week for Tua. Eckler as well. But Tua's stock up, and I would say overall, Jets players stock down. So Garrett Wilson, obviously, Aaron Rodgers. So I am the week with 4 correct picks, 2 incorrect picks. And yeah, a lot of injuries to deal with here. Deontay Johnson, Aaron Rodgers, and then Dobbins. He's done for the season. You hate to see all this happen in week 1, but for those that are still healthy, best of health moving forward to you. So let's get into week 2 from here. Let's get into week 2. Let's go. Here we go. Caleb and the Jabronis. I'm picking this as the ungame of the week. This was a tough one. There aren't too many matchups where you can really say this, but you got to pick one. So this is the one that I went with. Sorry, guys. Going with this. My pick is the Jabronis. They're a 56% favorite right now on Sleeper. Jefferson had a nice week on Thursday, but the Atlanta receivers I'm a little hesitant on. And then you've got an angry Pat Mahomes, some really good, interesting wide receivers for Javi. I think they're going to survive and advance. So my pick, Jabronis, moving into the W column there. Next up, we have the Kraken against the Bags, Hart versus Geenan. This is another great game. Geenan, taking a tough loss in week 1 against Bay State, and we'll see where this one goes. I'm going with the Bags in this one. I'm going with them to rebound, move to 1-1. I don't think Geno Smith is going to have a good week. I think the Lions are going to be all over him, and I think Jamar Chase is going to rebound for Geenan. I think Christian Kirk is going to rebound. So I'm picking the Bags here to go to 1-1. Next up, Mr. Irrelevant versus Zaz. So I think this one is a pretty easy pick. Tua's playing really well, although Eckler being ruled out does offer a slight window of opportunity for Zaz to move in here. That running back matchup overall is pretty gross. Eckler out, Breece Hall questionable. Gibbs, obviously an advantage there versus Deion Jackson. So definitely running back room feels stronger for Mr. I. Interesting, Zaz is starting Richardson, which I disagree with. I would definitely go for a rebound at home against Vegas for Josh Allen, but that's just me. Overall, I'm taking Mr. I to move on, go back to 500, and Zaz to drop to 0-2, going against the pick of 56% for Sleeper. All right, next game, Florida Man, Studio City, Miami to West Adams, Studio City. I don't know what to call you. Okay, I'm going with Florida Man in this game. 2 1-0 teams, both had good week 1s, but Studio City beat Zaz, right? So Florida Man had a much harder week 1, came out victorious. at the end of the day, I think that this Florida Man, Miami to West Adams hybrid name team is going to be very good and will get performances from all over their roster. So I'm going with them for now until they lose against the favored by sleeper Studio City. That brings us to the final game of the week, week 2, which is myself and the Yankees. A rematch of a big-time game last year in the playoffs. I'm not loving how my team is looking. Burrow has been terrible. Tyreek was amazing, but I have taken measures to see if I can hang with the champ this week in dropping Dotson down to the bench. Hill, Flowers, and Dobbs are all going to be, I think, good plays this week. Waller's a big question mark for me. And Madison already shit the bed and looked awful. DeAndre Swift with a huge performance on Thursday night. You gotta love that. If you're the Yankees, rewarding his faith and keeping him in the starting lineup after week 1 and not overreacting. I want to believe that I can come back here. The squad is still kind of gelling, but 63% favorite Yankees at this point. I am not going to say no to my chances of winning here, but I feel like I need my team to really step up. I'm going to pick myself, as I always will. Yeah. And it's going to kill my win percentage, obviously, through the year if I have a bad year. But whatever, Drew. I'm coming for you, man. So get ready. That's the week. Big Sunday tomorrow. This has been a ton of fun. I'm loving this. Best of luck. I'll see you in the text thread on Sunday. Talk to you soon.